Class is back in session. I'm here with another video. I want to talk about all the things I do not pay because I'm traveling as a full-time house sitter. And the reason why I want to talk about it is because me and my friend had a conversation the other day about my fixed cost per month. And she was so shocked by how little fixed cost I have a month. So I thought, why not make a video about it? Oh, hi, Bolly. This is basically what I'm doing, so I don't pay any rent. I'm in Madrid right now, and I'm in this apartment for 6 weeks because I'm looking after this fat little cat and another cat that's shy and hiding. And that brings me to my first thing that I'm not paying for. I don't pay rent and I don't pay a mortgage. I also don't pay any utilities, water, electricity, AC, which I'm assuming is electricity, like all these things that like real adults pay for and know about. I don't even have any knowledge about those things because I've never really paid for them. I also don't pay for any cleaning supplies. So laundry detergent, toilet paper, anything you use to clean your house, I do not pay for these things. Because when I'm house sitting, people have these things for me to keep their house clean. I don't pay for streaming platforms. I'll either use what the people have. So if they have Stan, Netflix, Amazon Prime, I watch those things. If they don't have any things, I just read my book. And I don't pay for my books either because I'm using the Libby app and I just signed up for US-based libraries. I have an e-library card for, I think it's the Santa County Library, big shout out. And I just like rent audiobooks and like ebooks there for free. And I don't pay for it. I don't pay for things like bedding, kitchen appliances, even spices. I very, very rarely pay for these things. Like everything you would have in stock in your kitchen, I usually don't pay for because the people that I'm house sitting for have those things, and almost always, I want to say 99% of the times, when I get to their house, they say to me, use everything you want in the pantry. Because for them, it's like such a big win that someone is there in the pets' homes to take care of these pets, that they are like more than willing to let you use their salt and pepper. Also, I don't have to pay for any maintenance or repairs. Think about if anything breaks in your house, even if only like a light bulb bursts, I don't have to pay for these things because I don't have a home. Another one of my favorites is gas money or car maintenance. Like when you have to pay for winter tires, when you fill up your tank, those are all things I'm not paying for because I don't have a car. If I'm like in a more remote house sit, I usually always ask if I can use their car, and that is when I would fill up a car tank, right? Because then I kind of treat it like a free rental car. Like I'll never drive your car empty and then give it back to you. I'll always give it back in the same sort of condition that I received it. Now let's come to the costs I do have. As fixed costs, I have my phone plan, which runs at €8.99. It's by Aldi Talk, a German company, and it covers every country in the EU. And if I'm traveling outside of the EU, I get an Iralo eSIM card, which is something people with a regular life would need to get as well. So the fixed cost here is €8.99, let's make it €9. I pay for my gym, which is €29.99, so €30. I'm a member of Basic Fit and I have like the best premium membership, whatever, because that way I can use their facilities in every country they have them. So I get to go to the gym in the Netherlands, France, Spain, Germany. Is that all the countries they have something in? I think so at the moment, but they are expanding. And I always get to bring a friend for free, which is amazing because that way I can have a friend date for free without spending money, right? I can like link up with someone to go to the gym and neither of us has to pay anything for that. Then I have my insurance, which is €37 a month. That is a long-term travel insurance. And how it works in Germany is if you are in Germany, you are obligated by law to be insured. And if you are employed, your employer pays part of your insurance, the other part just comes out of your paycheck, unfortunately. So you do pay, like it's not free health insurance, even though some people think that, but it's not. And as soon as you leave Germany, you are allowed to leave your insurance as well, even though I'm obviously still a German citizen and I have my main residence at my parents' house, even though I don't live there. As soon as I leave and I send them proof of a long-term travel insurance and a one-way flight ticket out of the country, they are obligated by law to let me out of the insurance. Technically, whenever I do go back to Germany, I do have to get back into the health insurance. And I do that because they are obligated to take me back in. And as soon as I'm in, I get to do all my checkups for free, right? So I pay 200 euros per month for the health insurance when I'm in Germany, even though if I'm only there for 3 weeks, I'll pay those, 175 or whatever. And then I get all my checkups for free. And then I leave the health insurance again. So it's very annoying for them and me because it's a lot of paperwork, but because it's the law that you have to be insured, they will always have to take me back in, no matter how annoying it is. And some people would say I take massive advantage, but it's the law. I'm just following the law. Then I have my grocery costs, which obviously depends so much on in what country I'm currently in. So earlier this year, I was also in Madrid and I was here for 3 months. So I took whatever I spent at the grocery store each month of those 3 months and then calculated it. So I have like a medium of that. Are you uncomfortable? Okay. Okay, you need a little snuggle. Okay. And that medium was around 187 euros. So I just rounded it up to 200 euros a month. That's what I spent on groceries. I mainly cook at home and I eat a lot of meat. And I'm lucky because in Spain, the groceries are a little bit cheaper, right? If I were in the US, that fixed cost would obviously go up a little bit. Obviously, I also pay for shampoo, other beauty stuff, eating out, or even activities, but I can't really put a price on that because it's not really fixed. It varies so much every month, but I did want to include the groceries because I eat every month and I cook every month. Then the biggest mystery is what I pay in rent, or what I say I pay in rent. It's my account with the house sitting platform that I use, and I pay 67 euros a year with them. I think there isn't even a cheap plan like that anymore with them. I think their cheapest plan may start at 100 euros. I'm not 100% sure, but I have a cheaper version because when I signed up for them, I was in Australia and the Australian membership prices are a little bit cheaper, I guess. So I have that and it's still charged in AUD to my German credit card. I don't know why they don't switch it, but thankfully they don't, because that way I pay a little bit less even there. And 67 euros a year makes 558 euros a month. That is basically my rent. So now obviously I'm not always able to line up the house sit. So it ends on a Monday and then on the Monday I can move into the next house sit. So sometimes I need to stay in a hostel, a hotel, or any sort of other paid accommodation. But I can't include that because it's not really fixed. And I view it as like, okay, other people also go on vacation and then they have to pay for a hotel. So that's also not really their fixed cost. So for me, the fixed rent cost is 558 euros a month. Let's add all of that up because I forgot to do that, and let's do it together. We're just gonna up the suspense here. $8.99 for the phone, $29.99 for the gym, $37 for the insurance, $200 for groceries, and $558 for the house sitting platform. $281.56. That is my fixed cost for a month. And you tell me, do you think that is a lot for someone that doesn't pay rent, or do you think that is not a lot? I'm really curious to know what is your fixed cost as well. But yeah, this is what it is at the moment. Obviously, I choose that lifestyle because I want to build something that's even bigger, and I'm not working at the moment, so I kind of need to keep my expenses low, but it's okay. Like, I can adapt. I always have a nice house to live in. And obviously I have a lot of variable costs, right? And I think some people think that my variable costs might even be more than theirs because I'm flying around the world quite a bit. I do have the hostels and the hotels that I need to pay for in between house sits. But I think a benefit of growing up with Schwäbisch parents is you always look for deals, you always want to bargain, and you've just been conditioned to do things as cheaply as possible. So I made it my personal mission to find ridiculously cheap flights. And I don't care if I have a 13-hour layover in China. Actually, you get a free hotel if you have that. Not many people know that. I don't care if I have to take 3 different flights to get somewhere. Like, I rather pay less on the flight and am not as comfortable for that duration as if I were to fly business or if I were to fly with Lufthansa, for example, right? So that for me is totally okay. Also, I'm a minimalist because I travel with a carry-on and a small backpack only. I can't really shop. I can't really buy new clothes all the time, which then saves me money. Great. So I do think maybe my variable cost is also lower than the regular person, if I'm honest. And that is how it is right now. Let me know if you have any questions, if I can explain anything a little bit more thoroughly. I'm also thinking about making a more detailed calculation of what I would have spent if I would have stayed in Airbnbs or an apartment in those same places that I traveled to. So let me know if that's interesting. I'll link a couple of other videos here on the screen now that I think might be interesting for you to watch next. And if this was helpful or informative for you, I'd appreciate a subscribe, a like, or comment. Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.